I love the smell of nostalgia in the morning. Tonight we're going to be doing something very special on the JLS Comics channel. We're going to be unboxing the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? This is Jesse. You're watching JLS Comics, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I know you saw the title of the video, so you know what it is. I am super excited for this. This is something that I've been waiting for a while, actually since last year. Finally was able to get this today on the release day, on a day when it was very difficult to get this. And I'm talking, of course, about the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. So today we're going to be unboxing this and talking a little bit about it, what I like, if there were any opportunities for Nintendo maybe in the future, and just kind of like first impression for it. So I'll tell you just kind of up front, I grew up and I had a Sega Genesis. Didn't have an SNES or anything on Nintendo, but my friends, my neighbors right down the street who I spent every afternoon after school with them. There were three sisters, and they were super cool. They had a pool, they had a deck, we had a lot of fun there playing all these types of games. I just remember being there with Zelda, with Star Fox, Nintendo, all these games, tons of memories. It was a lot of fun. As much as I loved my Genesis, I absolutely loved playing Super Nintendo. And I can't tell you how excited I am for this. So this finally came out September 29th, 2017. Very limited. Last year, November of 2016, Nintendo released the NES Classic, the mini Classic. Super limited quantity, very limited in terms of, the supply that was out there. They sold out almost immediately. A lot of people were just chomping at the bit to get those, but alas, they were not able to. Great 8-bit console. There was a couple concerns with it. One of them was the actual controller. The reset button, for example, another issue. Which, with the original, you had to, put down your controller, walk up, do your reset, change out the cartridge, so it kind of was evoking that original sort of feeling there. But some people were just like, well, in this day and age, maybe as great as a nostalgia item as it is, maybe we don't need that. So we're going to look at that here in this box. So this is the box. This is the front of it. This is the US version. It's slightly different in the UK, different format there. Another issue or another concern that people had was actually the controllers. So for this, you have two controllers. Okay. So you see that right away. There are 21 games that come with this. 16-bit games, iconic 90s games, such as Zelda, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, put a pin in that, I'm going to mention that in a second, Final Fantasy, Kirby, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Castlevania. If you guys have not seen the Castlevania on Netflix, the animated very short series, I think there's like 4 episodes, definitely check it out. If you're a fan at all of Castlevania, check that out. And this is really freaking amazing. I gotta tell you about this. Star Fox 2. You can see it right there. So, Star Fox 2 was obviously the sequel to Star Fox. A really freaking awesome game where you're flying around in space, and it's just really cool. A lot of fun. I remember playing that so many times. But there was supposed to be Star Fox 2, and right before it was supposed to be released, it was canceled. And nobody's been able to play it for decades. And it says here, Star Fox 2 finally can be unlocked by completing the first stage of Star Fox. So after all this time, we finally get to be able to play Star Fox. So I would say that this costs $80, $79.99 US. I would say just on the price of the games, the fact that you get to play Star Fox, the fact that you just get to relive all of this fun here, that in and of itself is worth the price of admission, 100%. You get Zelda, A Link to the Past, Punch Out. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yes. Yoshi's Island. I remember playing that so many times. Alright, so let's crack into this and we'll see what's in the box. I did take the liberty of making sure it was easy to do. Alright, so nice and easy here. So you do get a few different settings with the console. You get your traditional, the 4:3 aspect ratio. You get a pixel perfect version, which upconverts all of the pixelation and the graphics to kind of match, like I'm sure you guys have HD TVs, so it matches that. It'll look very slick, very crisp on the screen. And you have another one, which is a CRT filter, which is, if you guys don't know, here's the instructions. Okay, this comes in the box. I'll show you what I have here so far. Okay, so CRT is a cathode ray tube. It's a type of television that people used to have, and that would have been the type of television that you had at the time that the original Super Nintendo was out. So it had a cathode ray tube in the back, and it would project up onto the screen. There were a couple different kind of beams there almost, and they had sort of magnets, and they would project in the different color spectrums, and there would be like some kind of some bars on the screen as the rays pass by, and that filter, the CRT filter, emulates that. And some would argue, and myself would be included, that is the way that it should kind of be displayed. As great as the pixelation, the up conversion is, it's kind of cool to see it as it was at the time, right? It really brings back that nostalgia factor, those memories of playing the game. So I would say definitely try this out with the CRT filter, okay? So we get this, first and foremost, this is a sort of a poster. It breaks out all the different games that you have, okay? Super Mario, Metroid, Mario Kart, Star Fox, F-Zero. It's pretty cool. Zelda's on there as well. So there you go. Okay, and on the back we have the instructions. This is the instruction booklet. Okay, so there you go. Folds up very nicely. Next we have the warranty and the user agreement, the EULA, and user licensing agreement. That's always fun, right? All right, so then we get the controllers. So let's check these out first. One of the concerns with the NES, which came out last year, was the length of the controller. It was about 3 feet long, and that's kind of the way we have in America the television set up, and the way that the sofa is in the living rooms. That's pretty short. So that was a concern for folks, was the length of it. And this, actually, you get another 1.5 feet. So this is a 4.5 foot cable for the console, for the controller, that is. So that's great. That really helps out. An extra 1.5 feet there. So I'm definitely going to be excited for that. Looking at the actual controller, this reminds me absolutely of the original controller. Tactile feel, actually pressing on the buttons, I don't know if you can hear it. It's got that like springy sort of feel to it, and the sound. This feels just like an original Super Nintendo controller. In my hand, the sound, it's perfect. This is perfect. So that is awesome. And there's 2 of them. You get two controllers. Here's the other one. They come bagged up nicely. Unboxed, it's this, okay? So you get 2 controllers and they feel fan-freaking-tastic, okay? So I'm gonna put these over here. Next we have a power plug. This is the plug that's gonna go in the back, presumably the back. Okay. Gonna show you the thing that you don't want to see. last, okay, here's a cord, here's another cord, okay. So this is, one is an HDMI cord, okay. And then here's another for a controller. So there you go. So I'm gonna put these over here. And now we're gonna take a look at the console itself. It is an SNES, but it is an SNES Mini. So here you go. Here it is. This is a tiny Super Nintendo. It looks, obviously it doesn't feel because it's smaller. It looks exactly as I remember a Super Nintendo looking, okay? So there you go. Remember you had the resets in the front? These are, they kind of work. Here's your power, here's your reset, okay? And this is where the cartridge went. But this is different, okay guys? So check this out. This, instead of it being where the consoles go in, right? This would be kind of your port. This is where you would plug in your controller. But instead, we have a panel here that opens up, and that's where you do your controllers now. So that's kind of different, right? That's a little bit different. So what you're gonna wanna do is unplug the controllers, click this back in, put your controllers in your drawer, put them away, and that's gonna preserve that original SNES look to it, right? If you leave that open with the controllers, obviously, it's not the original feel there. So that's pretty cool. You're still gonna have to get up and do your reset from here, which is fine for me. I don't mind that. And then of course the eject right here is just kind of display there. So there you go. You have your DC in here. I showed you the plugs for that, as well as the HDMI. So that's gonna go to your TV right there. So there you go. Super fun. I can't wait to break into this, play the games, let you know what I think later on. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'm hopefully gonna do some streaming on it a little bit later, but there you go. This is the Super Nintendo Mini Classic. Can't wait to play it. Let me know what you guys think about it, if you're excited for it, and again, any questions down below, I'll be happy to answer them. This is Jesse, JLS Comics. I'll see you soon.